In this episode, Mario Chilin discusses winning Compliance Officer of the Year at ComplyConnect. Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox back with Mario Chilin for another episode. And today, I've asked Mario to come back because in 2023, Mario was named the Compliance Officer of the Year by Comply at the ComplyConnect conference. So, Mario, first of all, welcome back, and also congratulations on winning the award.
Thank you, Tom. First and foremost, thank you for having me again, and thank you for the congratulations. It was quite an honor. I'm very humbled to represent Comply and be named the Compliance Officer of the Year. It was get into the thick of the feelings that I had, but it was gratifying. It was quite an honor, and it was very humbling to have received it.
Let's just follow up on that and keep going down that road because I rarely get to interview an award winner really so quickly after they've won the award. And were you surprised? Were you shocked? I feel like I know you well enough to know you're a very humble man, and you were probably humbled by the award. But what were you feeling when they announced your name?
You know what? It was an honor. First and foremost, I was shocked. There was a number of quality, amazing, and more than qualified professionals that were finalists. It was humbling, like I said, and I think I can't find the a better word to have been recognized amongst my peers and to receive the award. To me, it was shocking. Didn't know how to react, quite frankly, and it takes a lot for me to be at a loss for words. That was a moment in which I was at a loss for words.
I can remember when my wife told me she was pregnant, and after about 2 minutes, she said, "Are you going to say anything?" And I was completely at a loss for words. I had no words. So I know that feeling, and it is very humbling. Before I really circle back to yourself, though, I have to ask, and I have to preface the next question: is no one wins this award on their own. They do it with a team, they do it with a company, they do it with a leadership, they do it with a culture. So I wanted to maybe ask you to step back and really talk about all of the things that led to you getting the award, but leaving you out of it.
Absolutely. And I can tell you this, Tom, the reality of it is that no good compliance officer, irrespective of the position, does it alone. It really takes a team. So for me, let's start specifically with my department, my team. I am supported by 9 other amazing individuals that represent the compliance department here at EP Wealth Advisors. Nothing is done alone, and no single individual can carry a compliance program. It really starts with their assistance. To me, the award is representational, and I accepted it on all of on the department's collective behalf. It wouldn't have been possible, both the achievements of this award, but it's a representation of the program we built here at EP Wealth Advisors without every single member of the EP compliance department, my team. So the reality of it, it starts with them. They keep me on my toes. They always demand the best. We have a expectation of excellence amongst our compliance department. It really is a representation of them. And so it starts with them. Then even beyond that, I often talk about this when I mentor or when I'm talking to other professionals. The reality of it, again, it extends beyond just the team or a single group of individuals. We have a firm of 400 plus employees, multiple offices across multiple states and across the nation. So we have a presence from coast to coast here at EP. If it wasn't for the dedication of every single individual, their willingness to take compliance seriously, their willingness to buy into the culture of compliance, as cliche as that sounds, but we really live it here. Again, these awards and these recognitions, the ability for me to accept an award on the behalf of my team, but extended on behalf of BP and what we work for, would be impossible. So again, it takes a village and it's a great effort on everyone's part. The other thing here is I'm supported by an organization that has given me the ability to thrive in this role. And so, again, EP Wealth Advisors is hugely responsible in for the success that we've achieved from a compliance standpoint and just giving us a support from the top level down. So wouldn't be possible without them. Collectively, this is, as I said to the firm when I came back after the conference, this is an award representative of everyone at this organization. In fact, today you actually caught me on a celebratory mood. So I'm going to scoot back We're celebrating EP reached 20 billion in assets under management. Today we're all wearing our EP 20 shirt, representative of the fact that we've surpassed 20 billion in assets under management. And again, we couldn't have achieved this level of growth without a dedication to compliance. So compliance has been supportive of the success and growth of this organization, and this organization has been very supportive of compliance, my efforts, my team's efforts, and collectively all of our efforts.
Let me pick up on a couple of things you said in there, and I want to start with the ubiquitous and perhaps even time worn phrase tone at the top. But it
Mhm.
really strikes me that it speaks about a level of culture at your top leadership because they have either allowed or perhaps even demanded excellence of you and excellence of your compliance team, but they've set an example by not just words, but actions. So I was wondering if you could say a few words about how literally the top management at your organization has set this type of culture. Then you come in as a chief compliance officer with your compliance team and really build out that program.
That's an excellent question. And the reality of it is, it starts with our CEO, it starts with our co founders. A little bit of the history here at EP Wealth. Our co founders, one of our co founders, Derek Coleman, who's been a mentor to me and was the individual who hired me, and I reported to him when I started here. He was the CCO from the inception of this firm until I came in. So he understood and valued the importance of compliance. We have executive chairman and our CEO who equally are supportive of the efforts. Every time that we do anything, it's often in some organizations, there isn't a seat or an opportunity for compliance to voice their opinion, or there isn't a consideration for compliance. Here at this organization, everything we do is thought of and considered through the lens of compliance, where I'm invited and I have a direct line of communication to any member of our upper management. And every time, it's not just a one directional relationship where they expect me to come to them. They come to me with questions about specific transactions, services that we're going to offer, even before it leaves the beta or kind of the discussion, conceptualizing the thought behind anything. They want to come to me and they want to check with me before it even advances because they want to make sure that we're compliant. We have to say this, and as cliche as this may sound, but good business and the success of this firm has been driven by compliance and good compliance. So they go hand in hand. And we don't just say it, it's represented in the actions of executive management here at EP.
You said something else a little bit earlier that I really want to follow up on, and that was committed to excellence.
Mhm.
Frankly, that's not something we hear often or often enough in the compliance realm. And my sense is many companies or many individuals feel like we can't demand excellence. But you, I mean, you made it right, very clear right up front that you're committed to excellence. You personally are committed to excellence. You commit your team to excellence, and they hold each other accountable to that. So, could you say a few words about that commitment to excellence and really how that plays out in your organization?
This is something that I really work on and ingrain. I'm a big sports fan. I played soccer my entire life. I was a captain, and kind of my leadership comes in through leading by example. And I'd like to quote Vince Lombardi, and that's a motto that I start most of my team meetings with. It's Vince Lombardi once said, "We're gonna, although we won't be able to achieve it, we're gonna pursue perfection, and in that process, we're gonna achieve excellence." And so that is something that a model that I've developed and have ingrained in the team. Every day, one of the things that in that drive for excellence is holding each other accountable and holding ourselves to a specific standard. And every day, the goal is to do something better and to help the organization and grow. I demand excellence of everyone at this organization. It starts with my team, but equally, I expect that they demand excellence of myself. And in the way that I carry myself, I always want to be excellent at what I do, and that's going that extra effort, putting in that extra hour of work, putting in that extra time to reread a specific policy or regulation. But it really is how can we improve? To me, that's what it translates. It's how can we improve? If we left yesterday or Friday the office and there was X amount that needs to be done, or we left with an incomplete policy, how can we complete it as of this week? How can we be better every single day, and how can we continue to pursue that standard of excellence? And so that is something that is ingrained in me, and I want to lead it not only by stated words but in my actions, in the way I represent myself every day.
Mario, we've talked about your compliance team. We've talked about the business folks that you work with. We've talked about the organization, and we've talked about senior leadership at your organization. Now I want to focus on you and really ask you, what does this mean for you? It's, in my opinion, obviously a great honor, but from my perspective, it really shows a commitment to excellence by you personally. And it's something that you can have pride in going forward. So I wanted to maybe end with your thoughts about kind of you personally and this award.
Tom, for me, it was so gratifying. I've put in a lot of years of work into perfecting my craft, trying to be the best at what I do. And so to achieve this level of recognition, it was humbling, it was gratifying, and it was rewarding just to see that I was being recognized amongst my peers. It really felt like all those hours of work, all the effort, all the dedication, because I'm very dedicated and passionate for what I do. I love what I do, was well worth it. And so that level of recognition is excellent. I'm very grateful to comply. I hope I can live up to the honors of being the compliance officer of the year, and will continue to work even harder because as a result of this, I was already very motivated. I'm self-driven. I received this recognition. Now I'm even more motivated. I'm energized. I is such a great feeling. It continues to be a great feeling. As you can see behind my shoulder, there's the award. I display it with pride, and it's representative, in my opinion, of the hard work, oftentimes unrewarded and unrecognized, of so many amazing professionals in the compliance industry. So, on behalf of everyone in the industry, whom I think should be recognized and are more than deserving, I accepted this award on their behalf, but also want to recognize the fact that there are plenty of amazing and deserving compliance professionals out there. So to me, to be recognized amongst such an amazing group is quite an honor.
Well, Mario, I wanted to thank you again for taking the time to visit with me, and I look forward to continuing this conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tom. Thank you for having me.